Today, from London, England, it's the NFL International Series on EA Sports. Jackson and the London Bulldogs versus Dak Prescott and the Salt Lake City Elks.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Salt Lake City Elks and the London Bulldogs. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Taking it about the one. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. It'll be led out by the final pick of the first round in 2018 out of Louisville. It's Lamar Jackson.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 30-yard line.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
On the coverage.
Jackson from the shotgun. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To throw is Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
17.
That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
Now 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Throw left side complete. It's Barrett. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 30. 11 yards on the pickup there. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. That catch good for only a couple, and they're getting him involved early. You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting. Throwing again on second down. Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Jackson's pass.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is third down.
Now 3rd and 5.
Jackson will throw again. Pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January. You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it. Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly. Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And now it's second down. Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs. And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs. It gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Coverage was excellent downfield. I think he was more throwing that football away than anything else. Yeah, absolutely, because everywhere he looked, they were covered.
Sometimes it's better to go ahead and be convinced that there's no place to fit in the football than to go ahead and force it and turn it into a bad play.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
At the 5-yard line.
Prescott. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Gronkowski the intended target, but it'll be second and goal.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Loss of 2 yards.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
So they're back at the 7 now for third and goal. Prescott from the gun. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete.
It's now 4th and goal.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through.
Good.
And that will break our tie and give him a 3-point lead.
Bulldogs, nothing.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
First down and 10.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now some movement before the snap. And we hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that'll set him back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. From the gun, it's Jackson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, Jackson. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On 4th down, Joseph Charlton on to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. $3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Elks 3. Bulldogs nothing.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run here with Eckler. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here's Prescott. Walker with a grab, left side.
Prescott's pass.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man-mans. And this is caught. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 7 on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. And there, Charles, he lined up out left, ran the post, caught it over the middle, and the rest, as they say, is history.
And you have to love the scheme that they just showed there, because if you're going to run a deep post, you ordinarily have to get a safety out of the middle of the field. And you do it one of 2 ways, either by running routes at him that carries him away from it, or you either freeze him in the middle with routes that run underneath so that he doesn't get depth. Then you throw it over the top, and boy, what a successful play that was.
Bulldogs, nothing.
Extra point up and good by Walsh. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own 27-yard line.
London about set to take over on offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. I really enjoy watching Lamar Jackson run those RPOs, Charles, but I'll tell you what, it's tough calling play-by-play because you don't know whether he handed it off or kept it.
Makes you focus, doesn't it? You've got to try and stay with it, and even when we do, we often can get it wrong because our eyes naturally go to him because he creates big plays. But if you're a runner and you're playing with Lamar Jackson, aren't you happy? He creates so much concentration on him, it should open up things for you.
Able to shake him off. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, that wasn't a completion, but it wasn't a sack either. So the good takeaway, able to extend the life of the play. Normally, you would think he'd just take off and run downfield, but he was trying to find an open receiver, unable to do so.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They run it with Jacobs. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Jackson's pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he rifles one incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And Jackson throwing once more. Over the middle, complete. That's Jacobs. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. First, call that a gain of 11.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
The tackle made by Miles Jack. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up
from the gun. Jackson.
The 29-yard line.
Wide open receiver, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal to go. Operating from the gun, Jackson. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Jeremy Chin. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson, he's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3.
Elks 10, Bulldogs 3.
Well, that's something of a pick-me-up, and the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone. And
just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's a throw caught by Gronkowski. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving.
Oh, Prescott stripped. And this will be scooped up by the defense. Trey! And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of the quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And that'll bring up second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Throwing again. Jackson. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
So far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now.
A 29-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll bring him back within 4.
It's the score, Elks 10, Bulldogs 6.
So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. Now Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Austin Eckler, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. Here's the throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They wound up getting nothing out of that 2nd down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. As the offense takes the field, we zero in on Lamar Jackson. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, Jackson, throw left side, complete. It's Barrett. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there. Here's 2nd and 9. Just a yard on that last run.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
It's Eckler again. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away, and I don't think Landry will get a chance to return here. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A first down run there for Jacobs, but nothing doing as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Throwing on second down, Jackson. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
2-yard line.
Here's Jacobs. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
Jacobs, the ball carrier.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
5-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
Operating from the gun. Jackson to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
It leads to second and
from the gun. Jackson over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
A gain of 4. Makes it third and 7.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out.
Elks 10. Bulldogs 9.
So it's a third field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
So they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3 he's already put through the posts.
Dak Prescott on the offense heading back onto the field. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent. Just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader. Making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know, you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this third and fourth quarter.
Prescott on the keeper.
Are you touched?
Taken down.
He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect. On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him, and he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On play action, Prescott. That one complete to Hill. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Eric Armstead in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Another try after the 1st down sack. Prescott throwing the out route incomplete. That's Walker. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Here's Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
It's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and this score will stay right where it is. London about set to take over on offense. Their defense was able to hold serve, albeit with a little help from that missed field goal as they settled in now 1st and 10. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Well, listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
To Josh Jacobs. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Jackson will throw again. And he fires one, but incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. They certainly caught a big break with that missed field goal. Instead of trailing, they hold on to that slim lead, and now we'll see how they play this critical fourth quarter possession. So the folks on hand here growing a little restless with their kicking game. That's now 2 misses so far.
And in a tight game, fourth quarter, the fans aren't the only ones getting restless, Brandon. There were a few looks of disbelief on that sideline as well.
3 yards the gain there, second down.
Gronkowski. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 44.
Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty.
Ball start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Buying time to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's third down.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now Landry. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. London about set to take over on offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a first down.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Jeffrey Simmons in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson fighting to stay upright. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. DeMarcus Lawrence make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So they bring out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Prescott looks to throw on first. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
On second down, Eckler. And he stopped immediately there. Called a no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
To throw is Prescott. And Walker with it over the middle. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away but could not. Samson Abukum in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Leonard Williams in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
3rd and long for Prescott. That's into the hands of Eckler, and they're able to bring him down at the 20. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a 1-point game. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough for us.
Trailing here in the second half, went for the aggressive play, got a little too aggressive.
You got to know when to pull up, or if you're going to go for it, how to take your body across a punter's body and not into him. Not a good play at all.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Now Prescott. On the screen, this is Eckler. And just shedding him off there. And getting out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
3rd down.
And they, in fact, will throw it. He locates Walker, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
Today's final score.
Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost felt like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
You loved
did.
the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for Salt Lake City, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for London, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.